the Oiran of Kyoto represent a fascinating and enigmatic aspect of Japanese history and culture. These iconic women, often called geisha of the highest rank, play a pivotal role in the Edo period 60,031,860 date and left an indelible mark on Kyoto's history. To explore the mystery and history of Oiran in Kyoto, we must delve into their origins, their distinctive appearances, their training, and their eventual decline. 1. Origins of the Oiran. The term Oiran originally referred to women of high status and refined beauty. They emerged during the Edo period, when Japan was ruled by the Tokugawa shogunate. The Oiran were the epitome of beauty and sophistication, entertaining and captivating the elite of society with their talents in art, music, dance, and conversation. 2. Appearance and attire. One of the most distinctive aspects of the Oiran is their elaborate and ornate attire. They wore multiple layers of kimono, each more exquisite than the last. Their hairstyles were intricate, adorned with elaborate hairpieces and ornaments. Oiran also wore high, wooden sandals, known as geta, that forced them to walk with a distinct and graceful gait. Their faces were often powdered white, and their lips colored bright red, creating a striking and theatrical look. 3. Training and skills. Becoming an Oiran was not a simple matter of birth. It required rigorous training from a young age. Girls aspiring to become Oiran were sent to Oiran schools, where they learned various traditional arts, such as tea ceremony, ikebana flower arranging, calligraphy, and the shamisen, a traditional Japanese stringed instrument. They also received instruction in the art of conversation and etiquette, making them well-rounded entertainers. 4. The Oiran Parade. Oiran Dachu. One of the most iconic events associated with the Oiran was the Oiran Dachu, a grand procession through Kyoto's historic district of Shimabara. During this parade, the Oiran, dressed in their magnificent attire, would be carried through the streets in elaborately decorated palanquins. The procession was a visual spectacle that drew crowds and became a symbol of Kyoto's cultural heritage. 5. Decline and end of the Oiran era. The Oiran tradition reached its zenith in the Edo period, but began to decline in the late 19th century. With the modernization of Japan and changing societal norms, the Meiji Restoration 1868 brought about significant societal and cultural shifts, including the decline of the samurai class and the rise of Western-style entertainments. 6. Legacy and preservation. Today, the Oiran tradition lives on as a cultural heritage of Kyoto. While authentic Oiran no longer exist, there are efforts to preserve the tradition and educate people about its history. You can still find Oiran-themed events, museums, and cultural experiences in Kyoto, allowing visitors to glimpse the allure of this bygone era. 7. Mystery and intrigue. The mystery surrounding Oiran lies in the enigmatic lives they led. Despite their entertainment roles, Oiran were expected to maintain a degree of distance and secrecy. They were forbidden from engaging in romantic relationships and often remained elusive figures. This air of mystique contributed to their allure and continues to captivate the imaginations of people today. In conclusion, the Oiran of Kyoto represent a captivating blend of history, tradition, and artistry. Their elaborate attire, rigorous training, and cultural significance make them a symbol of Japan's rich cultural heritage. While the era of the Oiran has come to an end, their legacy lives on, inviting us to explore the mystery and history of these iconic figures from Kyoto's past. During their heyday, heyday in the Edo period, Oiran, despite their esteemed status in Japanese society, were not immune to certain societal pressures and habits that could be considered detrimental. Some of the bad habits or challenges associated with the lives of Oiran during that time included 1. Financial pressure. Oiran were expected to maintain lavish lifestyles and appearances. This included the cost of their elaborate kimonos, accessories, makeup, and hairstyling. Many Oiran were heavily in debt due to these expenses, which sometimes led to financial difficulties and dependence on wealthy patrons. 2. Isolation. Oiran lived in secluded quarters called Oiran Yashiki or Kuruwa, where they were closely monitored and supervised by their oxen, the house mother or manager. This isolation could lead to loneliness and a lack of personal freedom, as Oiran were not allowed to have personal relationships or engage in social activities outside of their duties. 3. Health risks. The use of heavy white makeup made from lead-based substances was common among Oiran. This makeup was harmful to the skin and could cause various health issues, including skin damage and lead poisoning. Additionally, wearing heavy, elaborate hairstyles and kimonos for extended periods could lead to physical discomfort and strain. 4. Addiction and vices. Some Oiran turn to substances like alcohol or tobacco to cope with the pressures of their profession. The prevalence of drinking and smoking among Oiran could lead to health problems and dependency issues. 5. Social stigma. Despite their cultural significance and talents, Oiran were often looked down upon by society due to the nature of their profession. They were sometimes considered outcasts and faced discrimination and prejudice. This social stigma could affect their self-esteem and mental well-being. 6. Limited career options. Becoming an Oiran was not a choice made freely by most women. Many were sold or entered into the profession due to economic hardship or family circumstances. The limited career options and lack of education available to them restricted their ability to pursue other paths in life. 7. Competition and rivalry. Oiran lived in a highly competitive environment. There was constant rivalry among them for the attention and patronage of wealthy clients. This competition could be emotionally taxing and lead to strained relationships among Oiran and their colleagues. 8. Vulnerability to exploitation. Oiran were dependent on the financial support of their patrons or dana, who often held significant power and influence over them. This dependence made some Oiran vulnerable to exploitation and control by these patrons. It's important to note that the challenges and bad habits associated with Oiran were largely a result of the social and cultural context of the time. While Oiran were celebrated for their artistic talents and grace, their lives were also marked by significant hardships and constraints. Modern perceptions of Oiran often romanticize their roles, but it's crucial to understand the complexities and difficulties they faced in their profession.